All right, this is Mark Burdett with the Clendenin Leader, and I'm here with Josh Humphreys, who's the branch director of the Charleston YMCA. And Josh, thank you for coming to the Clendenin Town Council and sharing your vision about the YMCA wanting to come here. So first of all, my first question to you is, why does the YMCA see the Elk River community as a place they would like to invest and expand their operations?
Short answer is because the YMCA cares. They saw the devastation from the 2016 flood, and they got involved then with trying to make sure that the kids from the schools had a place to go after schools and get some exercise, get some relief from the stress and everything that they're going through with the floods. But the short answer is that the YMCA cares. They see a community in need and they want to do something about it.
So what kind of commitment has to get to this point for you to be up here in front of the town council? What had to happen, I guess, to get us to this point to share this with the town of Clendenin and the surrounding community, that this is even a possibility?
They had been looking at it before I even got involved with them a little bit. But when I became involved with the Y, I think is when it really spurred it on that they could make something happen up this way. I'm a son of Clendenin. I've worked with the Y for almost 2 years. I've worked for the Y for about 5 months now. Looked at opening my own gym here in town, and through that looked at places I could find equipment. Went up to the YMCA on the hill, worked my way up the chain until I got to the CEO, Mr. Warner, and hit it off with him, and it was him at the end of that meeting that said, instead of you opening a gym, let's put a YMCA up there.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was an interesting conversation, to say the least. Go up there looking for old unutilized equipment and turn around and have the possibility of putting a Y in my hometown. Yeah, it was pretty amazing.
So you shared tonight the potential opportunity that the YMCA is willing to, from their perspective, and you talked a lot about how the community needs to come together. If this is what they want, it's really community driven. So and based on your talk, I kind of got a sense that there are a lot of pieces to the puzzle in order for this to successfully happen. So from your perspective, you have a magic wand. What do the pieces look like, and how do they need to come together in order for it to actually one day we have a YMCA in the town of Clendenin?
First big piece is a lot of money, because this won't happen cheap, and it's not going to be an easy undertaking by any means. To some degree, the town's going to have to take a risk. A lot of magic wand waving, it would be a lot of federal money coming through to where the town knew the risk wasn't as great. A lot of this FEMA money that's floating around is going to get reappropriated from housing to community development stuff. And if we can get a portion of that funneled towards this project, excuse me, that's what it'll take to make it happen, is the money. After that, what the community will need to do for that is turn up the pressure. Turn up the pressure on our county commissioners, turn up the pressure on our senators, on our state level, turn up the pressure on General Hoyer and the Guard, because General Hoyer holds a lot of the cards on what's going to happen with that money. I know our mayor has been in contact with him and has been proposing this idea to him. Really need the community to all gather up and do the same thing.
So if I hear you correctly, obviously the YMCA is on board. Okay.
Yes.
And you're here tonight to basically kind of kick off the community campaign to let them know that this is a possible reality, and to get the community engaged. And then obviously the third piece is the money, right? So there's that I like to work in three, so that works out good. So obviously the Y's committed. Now it's time for the town of Clendenin to come together and say, okay, we're committed and want to see this thing happen. Okay, now as far as the money goes, can you share dollars, as far as not necessarily holding you to a dollar amount, but what kind of investment are we really looking at, and what are the potential funders that can help really make this thing happen?
As far as a number, I wouldn't know what to say because it'll vary greatly depending on what structure we can get. And, there again, if you're talking about waving that magic wand, if we wanted to put a pool and everything in, it's a big chunk of money.
Now, does the Y help put the plan together? As far as, let's say the community says, okay, we want this, and this. We want a pool. We want these children programs. We want these senior programs. We want daycare. We want all the different services that the Y offers, and that we align those appropriately with the community needs, right?
Yep.
Who actually puts together the plan to pitch to the funders, the potential funders over here? How does that happen, and whose responsibility is that? Is that the Y, or is that the community, or is that a combination of both?
It'd be a combination of both. The Y can show what programs we have that we, like I said, during the meeting, that we can just basically take from our other facilities and go ahead and implement here. We'd have to customize them some just to the community, but all the programs we have in place are basically available just to cut and paste right up here and make it happen. A lot of it would be a combination, I believe, though, of the community expressing their needs, and through those needs they could develop more of a dollar figure on what we're going to have to fulfill them.
Yeah, and I don't know if you're aware of this, but the town of Clendenin has a planning commission and has been working towards getting community input and identifying needs in the community. That's, I believe, one of the folks here, town members, had brought that up. So there is already work there, which is cool, that can be brought underneath this umbrella to help make it a go. So let's talk real quick and identify actually by name who are potential funders that we should be looking at, that maybe the Y has had success in the past with, that those guys would be interested in investing in the town of Clendenin and the surrounding community.
The county commission's one. Kent Carper's made huge investments through the commission up in this area, with our library, with everything they've done with 25045 over there in that middle school. They've done amazing things up here, that could be a continued source of some funds for it. The ARC, the Appalachian Regional Commission, they've got grant programs that have panned out very well for us over in Montgomery when we put the Y up there. They came through with a lot of money to help make that happen. There's various different grants like that that the Y has utilized for other things in the past. I think really the big portion of it's going to be some of those repurposed FEMA dollars, though, the stuff that General Hoyer's working with to get everybody back in their homes, because once that's done, there's still going to be a lot of money left over, potentially tens of millions of dollars that could make something like this happen in the blink of an eye.
Okay. Anything else you would like to add, that you would like to tell the folks here on Elk River that engage with the Clendenin Leader, as far as what you would, how to get involved, and anything else you'd want to add?
Well, first thing I want to add is, yes, we're trying to put this in Clendenin, but it's not just for Clendenin. It's going to be an Elk River YMCA. It's going to stretch from Coonskin, ideally all the way up to Clay, and benefit everybody that was flood affected. There was talk here this evening of setting up a couple of different options as far as starting to notify representatives and things like that, some letters and Facebook pages and things, and I'd encourage everybody to keep their eyes open for that kind of stuff and get involved with it. If the ball does start rolling on this, it'll start rolling really fast, and everybody will have to get on board really quick or get out of the way.
Well, Josh, thank you so much for taking the time away from your family and here in the evening, and you're very passionate, and you're a son of Clendenin, like you mentioned, and really appreciate your heart and soul being in this and making it available to the town of Clendenin, the community and the surrounding area, to show the interest that the Y has here in the community. I think it's great.
Thank you. Like I say, that the whole reason I ever got involved with the YMCA as far as being an employee or anything was to get one here. That's been my goal with them the whole time. That's what I'm going to continue to work towards. Like I said in the meeting, I want my little girls to see that I tried. If I fall on my face and fail, so be it. I've tried.
right. Well, thank you for your time.
Thank you.